The seasons in Kotaho passed like whispers, each one carrying the weight of time and change. What had begun as innocent affection between Salome and Godwin had now grown into something deeper, something undeniable. Their stolen moments became more precious, their silent conversations more meaningful. But with time came obstacles, and with obstacles came the test of love. Despite Sergeant Christopher's warning, Godwin and Salome found ways to be together. With the help of her ever-loyal friends, Tina, Regina, and Beatrice, Salome kept the flame of their love burning. Regina, the master of secrecy, devised ways for them to exchange letters without being caught. "What if his father finds out again?" Beatrice whispered one evening as they sat outside Salome's hut weaving baskets. "He will not take it lightly." Salome sighed. "I know, Beatrice. But what choice do I have? I cannot force my heart to unlove him." Tina placed a comforting hand on her shoulder. "Then love him wisely." But wisdom in love was easier said than done. The first real trouble came when Ahmed, fueled by his bruised pride, decided to test Godwin's resolve. One afternoon, as the boys gathered at the football field, Ahmed approached Godwin with a knowing smirk. "You think you are untouchable, don't you?" Ahmed said, bouncing the ball under his foot. "Even with Sergeant Christopher breathing down your neck, you still chase after Salome." Caleb and Paul fell silent, sensing the tension. "I do not chase after anyone," Godwin said calmly. "Salome and I are friends." Ahmed scoffed. "Friends? Do not insult my intelligence, Godwin." He took a step closer. "You may be the smartest in class, but you are not the strongest. And in this village, strength matters." Godwin met his gaze without flinching. "Strength is not measured in muscles, Ahmed. It is measured in character." Ahmed's jaw tightened. "Let us see if your character can stand after I have beaten you." Before anyone could intervene, Ahmed swung. Godwin barely had time to react as the punch landed on his jaw, sending him stumbling back. A murmur rippled through the onlookers. Paul rushed forward, pulling Ahmed back, while Caleb helped Godwin to his feet. "You are a fool, Ahmed," Caleb spat. Ahmed wiped his forehead, still fuming. "I have done you a favor, Godwin. At least now you will understand that love makes a man weak." Godwin tasted blood in his mouth but said nothing. He was not weak, and neither was his love. A decision to make. The news of the fight spread quickly. By the time Godwin reached home, Sergeant Christopher was waiting. The moment Godwin stepped into the compound, his father's voice rang out like thunder. "Come here." Godwin approached, his head held high. Sergeant Christopher studied him, his gaze lingering on the bruise forming on his jaw. "Is this what you have become? A boy who fights over a woman?" Godwin clenched his fists. "I did not fight, Papa. I was attacked." His father's eyes narrowed. "Because of her?" Silence. Sergeant Christopher exhaled sharply, shaking his head. "Enough of this nonsense, Godwin. If you continue down this path, I will send you away to live with your uncle in the city. There will be no more distractions there. No Salome, no foolishness." Godwin's heart pounded. Leaving Kotaho? Leaving Salome? The very thought made his chest tighten. "Do you understand me?" his father demanded. Godwin took a deep breath, his mind racing. He could see only two choices: leave Salome and stay in Kotaho under his father's rule, or fight for her, even if it meant losing everything. And in that moment, he knew what he had to do. A midnight escape. That night, when the village was asleep, Godwin made his way to Salome's hut. She was waiting, her eyes filled with both hope and fear. "What happened?" she asked, already sensing the worst. "My father wants to send me away," Godwin said, his voice heavy with emotion. "I cannot let that happen." Salome's heart clenched. "What will we do?" For the first time, Godwin hesitated. He had always been the one with the answers, the one with the plan. But this was different. This was love, and love was unpredictable. "We leave," he finally said, "together." Salome's breath caught. "Leave Kotaho?" Godwin nodded. It is the only way. For a moment, silence hung between them, thick and uncertain. Then, slowly, Salome reached for his hand. "I will follow you anywhere, Godwin." And with those words, their fate was sealed. By the time the sun rose, 2 footprints in the red earth of Carterhaugh's outskirts were the only trace left of them.